The Anti-Corruption Court has freed on bond 19 former NHIF bosses and 5 Kenya Pipeline Company officials with a cash bill of 2 million shillings, as the court issued warrants of arrests for 2 suspects, former NHIF CEOs Geoffrey Mwangi and Simon Kirgoti, and outgoing Kenya Pipeline MD Joe Sang denied the charges before Chief Magistrate Douglas Ogoti. At the same time, the Assets Recovery Agency is now threatening to move in and freeze their property. KTN's Francis Ontoma begins our broadcast tonight.
Perhaps to quash the notion that the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions has been fighting corruption only in the abstract, Nurdin Haji seems to be taking the war into the festive month. And today it was a date with justice for former NHIF and Kenya Pipeline bosses who were arrested last Friday. Outgoing KPC MD Joe Sang came in chained alongside his company secretary Gloria Kafafa. Former NHIF CEOs Geoffrey Mwangi came joined with his former boss Simon Kirgoti. The James community was here all the way from Baringo, perhaps to send a silent message.
I don't want to give a blanket date for pre-trial because the experiences are not the best. How prepared are you for pre-trial?
We are talking about amounts to the tune of 1.1 billion lost. Lost where? We will also be asking this court to consider the likely penalty under Section 48(1) of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act.
Nana, would Mr. Mushemi be expected to render professional services and not be paid?
They all denied the charges before Chief Magistrate Douglas Ogoti. According to the DPP, Kenyans may have been cheated in the setting up of the Kisumu oil jetty, and close to 1.9 billion went down the drain.
I was very respectful of my learned friend when I said the charges were generic. But actually, I mean, they are more of like cliches, really, because these are charges that will always be said, whether the facts are there or not.
In the NHIF case, the DPP has indicated that some 3 billion shillings may have been plundered, and these men and women, he believes, somehow know a thing about this.
The room where you are found.
But their temporary freedom came with some stringent measures that included barring the suspect from accessing their former offices. WebTribe Limited, responsible for the Jumbo Pay technology used at NHIF, was however absolved from this measure, and the court was told that interference of the systems will have collapsed key affairs at the hospital insurer. Both cases will be mentioned in January next year to allow the fixing of deaths for pre-trial. Francis Ontomwa, KTN News, Nairobi.